Welcome to the Boisterous Brothers. I'm George Rockall-Schmidt. I'm here, as always, with Damian Benedict. How are you today, Poppy Eyes Damian?
Very good, thank you very
Poppy
much.
Eyes. Welcome to the Botox Brothers. So, we always start with an anecdote. And what is yours today, Damian?
I was remembering some of the asshats that we went to school with, in light of trying to pull as many of these stories together. And there was one night I remember at a fairly mundane party towards the end of our, I think it was our GCSEs maybe? I don't know.
No, it wasn't, no.
Oh, it doesn't really, it's not important anyway.
No, what's the GCSE? What does that stand for? What does GCSE stand for? I bet you don't even fucking know that. Failed. That's the first question that every exam asks you after what is your name?
It was General Chemistry Sausage Education.
GCSE.
You have to fucking check as well.
Sausage education.
Yeah.
What's a chemistry sausage?
I don't know. Advanced sausage.
Advanced sausage.
Advanced sausage, yeah.
What did it really stand for? Was it general curriculum?
Yeah, I think so.
School education.
Yeah, I mean, I've no idea.
So when people say I've got X amount of GCSEs, what they should say is I've got 9 GCSE certificates.
Mm-hmm.
That's how. If you ever say GCSE and you don't say certificate at the end, you should probably just
kill yourself.
You should probably kill yourself. Yeah, I mean, not just kill yourself. Like I think, do the world a favor and kill yourself in such a way that your body will never, be a burden to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can, it would be good if you just went somewhere and just died and no one ever found you. But better than that, it would be better if you took a balloon ride up above some fields. Then you jumped out and you set a time bomb inside your own stomach to explode 30 meters or yards before you
cross-dimensional
before you hit the ground. So the bomb would explode just before you hit the ground, into an airburst. So you'd fertilize a farmer's field.
I only followed the first 10 words of that. The rest was just mystifying. Just the look of joy and enthusiasm in your eyes. That was a treat to watch, but I heard nothing of what you just said.
That's probably the most efficient way you can kill yourself. I think we should just call this podcast How You Can Kill Yourself. How you can kill yourself in a way that would please George.
And as a sort of a bonus cast, we do the why every now and again, every other week.
The why.
The why you should kill yourself.
These are the reasons. Here's another 45 minutes why you should kill yourself. We were going to call ourselves the Joyous Brothers, weren't we, originally?
I think so, yeah.
Now it's the Joyful.
It was going to be Hark, the Joyous Brothers.
Hark, the Joyous Brothers podcast. Yeah. So we were at a party. I'm assuming if you were there, I was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was for this shit skid. For the sake of the cast, we'll call him Harry Potter because that's who we.
Notice as well the pronunciation of the O, not Harry Potter. We're not
Harry Potter.
We're not treading on any trademarks here. It's Harry Potter.
Potter. It's Harry Potter. That's we fucking nailed it.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, we went there with a couple of friends, for lack of a better word, who got shit-faced.
We went there for them.
No, we went there with them. They happened to be there.
I'm pretty sure that Harry Potter invited me directly by owl.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, we had two friends there who were more of the subject of this story. They just happened to be there. We called them friends. It's probably one of the
people we knew quite well.
Yeah. These guys, they just took it upon themselves to be some of the biggest tits I've ever kind of seen. I mean, I've seen this kind of behaviour at parties anyway. I mean, I had this genius idea to go around the living room turning all the furniture upside down.
They did or we did?
No, they did.
They did. But we talked about this earlier, and what we did was much worse than that. No, wasn't it? You got a pen, a permanent marker, and drew a massive cock on the garage door.
Oh, I forgot about that. No, I did one on the letterbox as well when I got shit-faced.
Yeah. He also said the next day, he couldn't understand why he'd drawn on all the beer bottles because they'd just throw them away.
I know. Well, the guy, I think the worst one was not really that. Was he had his he was in the ATC, the Air Training Cadets or whatever, and he had best blues in his.
Did you draw on them?
And I got the collar,
his scout uniform.
Yeah, and yes, it was the scouts.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what I wrote, but something akin to "you gay bastard" on the inside of his collar.
On the inside, so not on.
Yeah, but no, I thought it'd be he would know about it, but it did bleed through, so you could kind of see these massive black marks in the back. Not you couldn't discern what shitty thing I'd written, but.
But wait, you'd done it on the inside of his collar or underneath his collar?
No, on the inside, but it was really thick. like permanent marker, like if you'd use for a whiteboard. Why he had that in his bedroom, I do not know.
Yeah. I mean, that's just irresponsible of him leaving something like that about where you were
I
wanting
know.
to draw things. Do you remember?
Oh, he must have known it was a fucking a bad move inviting us, because he used to fucking hang around with us, right?
Wait. Just before I forget this, do you remember when Mr. Ratcliffe walked in to the physics lesson like 5 minutes late? Everybody had already been there for 5 minutes. And the first thing he saw was Boothie wiping off the words "Mr. Ratcliffe is a twat" in permanent marker on the on the whiteboard. He'd written it and then he'd realised it was permanent marker.
Oh,
it wasn't
really?
whiteboard marker.
Oh,
yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah, it took some real scrubbing and he couldn't get it off.
I had completely forgotten about it, but I'm not surprised that happened.
Yeah.
Was it just those words? He didn't feel the need to draw a penis being wiped against his face or anything like that?
I don't know. I think it was like he did it, and then before he could think of like an accompanying penis thing to draw next to it, I think someone said, "Ratcliffe's coming."
Right, okay. And it's like oh shit.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he would have made that noise. I think I seem to remember he thought it was amusing. Because, he didn't care, but okay.
Well, I don't know that we were creasing up the back there. Going, fucking, I'm glad I get to watch this fold out.
Jesus Christ, Boothie, yeah. Well.
But yeah, so.
Sorry.
I don't think. I mean, that was a pretty shitty thing for me to do. But that wasn't the worst thing that really happened to Shaw and his house that night. Yeah, so these two, our two friends.
Yeah.
The first thing that they were on, they had this idea that they turn up all the furniture. I mean, they're literally everything. They would get the couches,
the lamps, the TV,
everything in all the rooms.
That's right.
They systematically went through the living room, the kitchen, and the conservatory. They did the fucking lot.
I remember they exchanged all the coffee and gravy granules as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was quite a big job. Yeah,
didn't they? They
got a third container.
They hid like rotten fish on like the top of a.
Did they? I don't.
Well,
remember.
they opened like sardines and shit like that, but like everything they had in the cupboards under, wherever they keep them in their dry store, but just hid them the lot, I
mean, this was a party with like 12 people as well. I
seem to remember it was a little bit more than that. I thought it was,
yeah.
I mean, in the process, they found the host, his dad's morphine for whatever, which was in quite a very conspicuous place for for medicine.
Yep.
After that, they've bolted through the parents' bedroom. They decided to whip all the mother's clothes and put them on. But this was
wait. But they put on all of his mother's clothes.
Yeah.
Not all of them. They didn't put all of them on.
No. But I mean, they went through the lot.
They went through the lot and chose the nicest ones to put on.
Yeah, but it wasn't just, I mean, I remember one of them, the big guy, he had a headscarf, had a dress, but he also had underwear, which he was wearing underneath the dress.
This is the same guy from the very first episode that I described falling through the porch.
Yes, yeah.
This is the same guy. So this is when he was 17. So he was like 6'3", like I don't know, like 15 stone. Like what's that in pounds? Like
I'm fairly sure
800 pounds.
It's a bit foggy, but I mean, yeah, like 2 tons, something like that. I mean, that's how it's conveyed, right?
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, the thing is the host's mother was like 5'3".
Yeah. She was like nothing. Yeah. I mean, I'm fairly sure there were like a couple of pairs of underwear which were just completely
destroyed
off.
for any number of reasons.
Yeah.
But
they basically put an entire outfit on. I swear to God, they were marching in the street, probably like fucking Ministry of Silly Walk style, fucking Sieg Heiling.
I know they were arm in arm.
Yeah, they were actually. It was like they were doing like fucking Singing in the Rain or some bullshit.
Yeah, but, who'd have thought that they turned out to be benders?
Yeah, I know. And that wasn't really the worst of it. The worst was this when they one of the things they fucking found when they arrived into the kitchen was a nice fucking massive half kilo pot of gravy granules, and what they felt would be the wisest thing to do was go through to the garage where they had their fish tank. Like 3 or 4 tropical fish in there, some quite pricey fish, for out that area.
I mean, you're talking like cod, haddock.
Oh, yeah, that tuna.
Oh, there's a little dolphin in there.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but like a Nemo fish.
Yeah, and then like a sort of like blue tang or some bluefin something or other.
Blue tang?
I don't know.
Is that not what you eat when you can't get it hard?
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna have some rock hard weekend.
Well, maybe that's what they would tell themselves. Right. They would just consume like live fish. Like, let's get this party started.
So they put gravy granules into the...
Yeah, so they think it was hilarious,
water.
and the water went cloudy, and they were like...
The water essentially turned into very watery gravy.
Yeah, and then I think it was within like the minute, after they had their little fucking laughing fit, they just realised those fish don't look so good.
I don't think fish should be floating on their sides on the surface.
And they were like, like, George, Damian, I mean, you've seen this, right? This is funny. I was like, I mean, are they going to be all right? What do we do?
Is that what you said?
I think they consulted with us because they had regret quite quickly. And we were just like, yeah, but I mean, as we checked in at the end of the party, it was fucking dead. They'd murdered their pets.
Yes, they'd murdered their pets. Yes, that's what they'd done. Oh, well, on that bombshell, because we always like to talk about murdering pets on this, let's go straight to Bilgewater.
Holy shit, that really is becoming a theme now.
Hello, the Boisterous Brothers. This week it was Christmas and Mr. and Mrs. Queen stayed at home and got plastered on a sherry. Also, Barack Obama said, "Take that, Israel," as he was closing the door behind him. A Russian plane fell from the sky, and the Pope called for an end to the war in Assyria, which is a complete game changer, because it was the Pope who ended the Rwandan genocide and prevented World War II, and is the reason everyone lives in absolute harmony. Yours reportedly, Lieutenant-Colonel Anonymous Bilgewater.
This is a distasteful episode wherein Frasier is coerced into sexual congress with a dwarfish woman in front of children. Yes. After a dry spell, Frasier accepts a surprise fatage from a children's entertainer at the back of a bookstore. When Frasier seeks absolution, he is lured into bed with the dwarven entertainer. Frasier begins to reach climax, ignorant of being in the middle of a live stage show. A large bunny helps him effect an escape. However, at all times, you can see Frasier's proud erection. Yes. All right, so that was more Frasier.
Ooh.
Yeah. A particularly filthy, depraved Frasier, that one. Later on in the show's running, that was Caught in the Act. And it's basically Frasier meets up with an old flame, who they just cannot wait to get it on. And they just keep getting busted in public.
And is that not the one where Frasier has sex with her on stage?
Yes, yeah.
Right. Yeah. By accident, though, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't know, but I mean, Frasier is so easily corrupted. If anyone whips their tits out, Frasier just like... Frasier didn't...
It's like that, right?
Kind of. I mean, it's very questionable. I mean, he knew... He must have known he was in a theatre, right? He went to meet this person.
He must have known that he was underneath a stage. Yeah, right. Yes. I know what you mean. Well, there you go. So, have you ever had sex on stage? Is that what you're going to ask me?
I was going to ask you, have you ever been, caught doing anything you shouldn't be doing?
Out in public?
Well, in any kind of instance, really. I haven't had many stories, but I mean, I got caught wanking a couple of times, which was pretty bad.
Yeah, but where were you? I mean, were you in a confession booth or something?
Yeah, it was my priest.
I don't know. I think that's pretty normal for people to be caught wanking or doing things, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, in the most prominent memory of that is the one where we both were kind of... It was my dad, and I wasn't like full going, but I was making my preparations.
You weren't at the vinegar strokes yet.
Oh no! No, I was at like full sail.
Are you touching your tits and going, "Oh, Charlie Brown"?
Yeah, because that is what I get. That is like a fantasy that I go to quite often now. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're Snoopy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
like the Pikachu thing. You've got this latex. Why is there no Snoopy porn? God damn it!
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a look at that. It's out there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do that on the next section, I guess. The next section will just be me and you, stony face, saying we're not gonna.
Just start hovering over the iPad, like holy shit! What? Oh! And that no.
The little bird too. So go on then. You were saying about when you got caught masturbating. How does it always come round to this?
I know.
Yeah, you
because of that's the best.
So your dad caught you?
Well, no, I still had my pants on, but I was handing my pants, things ready to go, but then for whatever reason, my dad just wasn't. I guess he I think I was 14, but kind of wanted to believe I was more innocent than I was, because he wouldn't knock on doors. He'd literally just bolted straight in and just needed to ask something, and I was on the edge of the bed.
What would he ask you? Would he ask you like how to make this certain type of pastry?
Something redundant, yeah. Something completely innocuous, something that easily could have waited, but for whatever reason, at that time of
Damian,
night,
the pie crust. Do you think I should use a Latisse?
yes, now fuck off.
Yeah, manly laugh.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, you know. I immediately hunched over because I still had my pants on, so I could kind of get away with it, kind of at least keep my dick out of sight. But there was an awkward moment. He's like, yep. But we both kind of like tried to gloss over it.
Mm-hmm.
And he continued the course of this conversation as he made a point of asking what he needed to ask and getting all the
And you
information.
still had your dick in your hand.
I didn't have it. No, I'd already kind of like I guess it's kind of difficult to illustrate here, but I had folded my arms at this point, and I was kind of leaning
you
on my.
You folded your arms, you were hunched over.
Yeah.
Like you were the thinker, but.
Well, no.
The exact
I mean,
opposite of that.
I mean, my face had like flushed with like lava fucking red at this point. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And so
Well, that's not that bad, I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it always kind of. I would have much preferred if you'd been like, "Oh my fucking god, the devil is in this child," and slammed doors rather than.
I don't know though. I mean, I've heard things where people get caught by one of their parents, and their parents are really angry.
Oh yeah.
I just don't understand that. Like, what do you want your kid to just not masturbate, and then like when they're 17, go fucking mental and just fuck someone they meet, or even worse, like masturbate at the back of a school bus or something. Something else that's wrong. I don't know. It's just Well,
I don't know.
What was the other time? You said there were 2 times.
Yeah. Well, the other time I wasn't caught wanking, but my dad would if you need to talk to me, would just kind of follow me around the house. And there was one time I was leaving my room, having had a wank, and he just like asked me this, and this, and I walked straight into the bathroom, going to wash my hands, but without missing a beat, he doesn't think about that. He just follows me into the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
And I just immediately start washing my hands. Again, I wasn't really kind of clocked on because I was just like, fucking hell, there. And he's like, why are you washing your hands? You haven't. And I just kind of go. And he's like, ah!
Oh, man. Are they the only 2 times you've been caught masturbating? What
Off
about
the top of my
all
head.
the times I've caught you masturbating?
Yeah, but you kind of enjoy it, so it's.
I just move around it nonchalantly, hoover around you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever caught anyone else? Because I remember doing that filming at like 5:30 or 4:30, 5 o'clock, one of those times in Ealing Broadway, like at night, in the morning. Sorry, that time in the morning for a film shoot where we needed to get like dawn stuff, and there was someone outside on a bench with her legs open, and she was getting eaten out by her boyfriend. I always thought that was weird. Like, why do that? Like, if you're like really pissed, and you want to do something, obviously you probably can't have sex and get away with that. But why not give someone a hand job or something? Why would you have to fucking go down on them and on a fucking bench?
They might have already been through those kind of motions, you know.
He was just finishing her off.
Yeah, I reckon they would quite happily conclude their business in private. But they both probably just lived with their parents still or some shit like that.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. I'll tell you a fucking story. This was going to be an anecdote, but I'll tell you it really quickly.
Okay.
So I went to St. Lucia. They had a Burger King there,
right,
which I really enjoyed going to because they didn't have lots of restaurants. I liked the Burger King because the meat was better than any other Burger King I've ever been to. Not that I am a connoisseur of beef burgers, because obviously, as you know, one of my favourite Burger Kings was the Mexico City Burger King, which turned out to be like 30% rat. Anyway, that may well have been the case in St. Lucia because these burgers would fucking go through me.
Yeah.
And usually by the time I'd gone to the beach. So I was on the beach one day and I really needed a shit. And there's nowhere to go. And I thought, well, maybe I should go into the sea and just pull my shorts down and just have a shit in the sea. But I thought there's no way because guaranteed I'll be doing that. And then the sea will suddenly become very calm and there'll just be a man having a shit in the sea for like everyone for the 3 miles in any direction to see. So I went behind a tree on this beach. It was just a very small beach and there's, it ends with trees essentially, but like one row of trees. So I had a very quick shit. Wasn't pleasant. The next day I went to the beach, the same place, and exactly where I'd had a shit, I saw 2 pairs of legs, right? And I was very close by the time I saw these legs. And then they obviously heard me and they finished doing what they were doing. And it was these 2 kids, like they were both 14. And she'd been laying down and he'd been fucking her, missionary style. And her back must have been exactly where I'd taken a shit the day before. Yeah. And not only that, she wasn't making any noise. He can't have been giving it to a good. That's a double bad one.
I think she might just be aware that she was caked in fucking shit at that point.
And when I went to...
She was in tears.
When I went to Toronto, the... not the police, but, the customs guys decided they'd go through all of my stuff. I've not done anything wrong, right? I just want to make sure everyone knows that.
Bullshit.
And they went through all my stuff and they read my journal, and I'd written this in my journal, like in bleary fucking...
Oh, yes,
fucking
yeah.
writing.
No,
And they started, like, pissing themselves reading it. I thought it was very funny.
Awesome.
So there you go, yeah. So that's one time I caught someone as well. And yeah, it's exactly what you were saying. They were both underage, they both lived with their parents, clearly. Where else were they going to go? If you ask me, kids should have like a little booth, little fuck booth they can go, and it's all clean, and there are condoms and stuff. I mean, you'd have to have a bouncer there though, so no one.
Yeah, you'd have to have
it.
a lot of like measures. I think that's that would be a hotspot for a lot of sex crime. I think.
Yeah, do you think?
Well, what booths designed for like kids trying to?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Join Hieronymus Wash and Mamo on an exciting adventure in 40 Million Leagues Under the Sea.
Damn it, work, you bogarted thing!
What's the problem, boss?
This tranny, Mau. This damn tranny.
Oh, you have a problem with the transistor radio.
For God's sake, Mau, keep up. I'm trying to listen to the croquet ball, and all I get is this damn bleeping sound.
It sounds like some sort of code, boss.
Well, of course it's some sort of code. Some young whiffle-snap is no doubt hamming some other womby chump about scrumping Granny Smiths under the cover of the late Delingpole.
I don't think children play with ham radios as much as they once did, boss.
Oh, posh, Mau. What do you know of what the youngsters of this generation do? Remember how you spoke to that one with blue hair?
That was an elderly woman, and I was asking her to remove her umbrella tip from your groin area.
Ah, of course. The case of the missing lawn furniture. I remember now. It's easy to forget all these cases we've been on.
Especially now we haven't had one in 7 weeks.
Shut up, Mau. It's sure to change. Something came through this morning.
It's a 10% off brochure to Egypt, boss.
Of course, Mau. Egypt. There's all sorts of oogly-boogly things going on there. Pyramids, tombs in pyramids. My God, my sleuthing bone is vibrating just thinking about all these secret chambers we could find.
I think we'd be too far behind other explorers to find anything useful.
No, what we need is an ancient riddle. A riddle about the Pharaoh's daughter. The case of the riddle about the Pharaoh's daughter.
Listen, boss. It really sounds like a code. It's just repeating itself over and over and over.
Oh, for God's sake, Mau. I can't find the croquet ball because the radio is spewing out a code. The Treasury Department is complicit in the mis-selling of small loans. Radiation gives you cancer. But then when I ask you about it later, you say radiation cures cancer.
Boss, listen.
My God, you're right, Mau. How extraordinary. What's it saying?
It's numbers.
Numbers? We can't speak in numbers. We speak in letters and words, because we are men.
Maybe the numbers form some sort of code.
A code within a code? What sort of cunning bastard would do such a thing? They'd have to have the mind of a genius but the heart of a bat. A soul like a machine made out of nothing but numbers.
It's coordinates, boss.
What?
It's a grid reference. Look at the map.
The harbour. But what's going on at the harbour? Just a bunch of shaggy sea dogs stinking of cheap vodka, and broken down whores with skin like punctured footballs, all at rock-bottom prices, I imagine.
The signal seems to be extremely narrow, as if it was directed to us. Wait, what's this? Morse code. It says swash, help needed, urgent, please assist. Go to grid reference and get in.
Yes?
That's all it says.
Wonder if it meant tuck in.
Why would it mean that?
Maybe there's a man trapped beneath the world's largest kidney pudding.
I'm not sure eating it off him would be efficient.
Well, just a little bit. What do you think? Could it be a trap, Mau?
Well, yes, I suppose it could. But if they know where the office is, they could just throw a petrol bomb through the window.
Ridiculous, Mau. These windows are much too high for anyone to reach. More likely, they would have to train a falcon or similar busted-type bird to drop an incendiary device through the window.
Or they could just wait for us to come outside and just gun us down.
Posh, Mau. They'd have to be in a state of continual readiness. Enough now. To the harbour, I say. After you.
Join us next time for another exciting episode of 40 Million Leagues Under the Sea. So in the studio, once again, although I don't know why people say once again, because they never mean once again, they always mean here right now. Right, Damian?
Correct.
we have Leroy LaToc. Take it away, Leroy.
I'm here on the beach. Live with you up here. Fuzzy. Oh, well, oh. Where's my ice cream? Where the flick? Rabbit Hall. Over here. Having eggs in the hood.
Would you like a flake in that, love? This one's called Super Desperate. Is it extreme to destroy a man's head with a hand grenade duct taped inside his mouth? When our world is one of extremes, and one in which extreme beauty, such as yours, can exist. Your purity radiates through everything you have touched. The depths of its effect on me, impossible to communicate with words or sounds, or anything other than action. Terry, I fell in love with you during Superman, and I often felt it was necessary for me to swallow or insert into my stomach razor blades whenever you were on screen. Your presence so overwhelming for me, but our connection so impossible. I felt both intense euphoria but utter hopelessness. Living in a universe where you exist has no doubt saved my life, but it has also made it unbearable. I know that I am just a weird fan, and that we can never be together. But thank you for everything. And that's from Steve in Dartmouth. Thank you very much for that letter, Steve. Well, you did say earlier as well that you didn't think that the party that thing happened at, the party that our two friends became cross-dressers at, was particularly good, right?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't, no. But
Well,
what parties did you go to?
Oh, that's a brutal question.
You had a few parties at your house, though. Yeah, you did.
As
Yeah.
a kid.
Damien had a pool at his house.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
What? Why say it like that? And I seem to remember it was Olympic-sized.
Oh, of course it was, yeah.
Yeah, but it was fairly big, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was like 12, 14 foot by 10 or something like that. I don't know. So it was for a home pool. It was
but it was good 50 foot deep.
Oh god, yeah.
It was a diving pool.
Yeah,
just no dive board. It was the one place, like if you had to, jump out of a plane over Middle England, that was the one place you could aim for and have any sort of chance of surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They landed in your pool, your 10 by 14
pool. It was such a tiny window, though. A lot of people tried. There were a lot of dead bodies scattered about the patio. There was always a bit of a ball ache, but
yeah, that's right.
That was just what my life was, And I was
well, you got something to feed the rat, then, haven't you?
It was a fucking big rat.
Yeah, I'm sure it was by the end.
Oh Jesus!
Taste for human meat. But yeah, I mean, what did you think about parties as a kid? Because we know you don't like Halloween parties, right? We know you don't like Christmas parties.
I don't like birthday parties.
And I can never take you to another Hanukkah, another bris.
Oh.
Yeah, you're such a fucking turn-off at a bris.
I know. Oh, that pool. Yeah, I remember there was a particularly nasty little party there. Well, I think it's for my birthday, but my sister had like some of her friends over.
For your birthday?
Yeah. Well, because, I don't know.
We didn't have any friends.
Yeah, basically.
I was your friend.
Yes, you were there. Along with
I don't think I was.
With the tall patio man.
It sounds like some sort of nightmare, the tall patio man. Well, some say that he lost his hair to a patio heater. Others say that he simply shaved it off. Others still say that he's wearing a hat.
There's no dispute about the hat.
Who's the tall patio man? Who are you talking about?
The guy from your story. We haven't the guy that fell through the.
And he's the tall patio man.
Patio man.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't think you should describe him as tall. He was certainly tall, but he was also fat.
Okay.
Tall,
fat patio man.
Tall,
there
fat,
we go.
yeah. Just big.
There was another guy there. I don't think we've talked about yet.
Hitler. We talked about Hitler a lot, haven't we? Buddha. Was it Buddha?
Well, he looked like Buddha,
Right.
but with long ginger hair.
Ginger? I know we knew ginger people, but I can't think of anyone who had long ginger hair. You're talking about Cherry Blossom.
I am talking about Cherry Blossom.
He was not ginger.
He was.
and
It's the ginger wizard man.
No one dyes their hair ginger. He dyed his hair red.
Yeah, but he dyed it with that fucking like hair gel you can get. He didn't get dye. He got that stuff that like
because
dyes
that's so
your...
bad. I mean, I remember talking to you like a week ago, and you were saying my dad wanted me to do that.
Yeah, well, my dad did it for quite a while. I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying the
did
quality
he
of this.
do it for him, or did he do it for the rat?
Oh, I was always trying to impress the rat. Yeah, cool.
Jack the rat.
For the rat's clan colours as well.
Which I imagine would be yellow with a black chevron.
So, but John Paul would use the exact same stuff.
John Paul.
Yeah, I know, right? What a fucking ridiculous name.
Yeah, it was before that Pope, though, obviously.
Yeah. I think his parents were thinking it might imbue with him.
No, but listen, what we have to make clear is John Paul was his entire name. His first name wasn't John Paul. His first name was John.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. John Paul.
John Paul.
But I remember must be one of the last birthday parties I had there. But my sister had like a couple of her friends over, but they thought they would use the pool that evening.
Yeah.
Now the pool connected to like the living room essentially. Through
through an underwater tunnel.
Yeah, it was really elaborate. And you had like carts and a little kind of monorail system.
It's where Lara Croft did her training.
Yeah.
Or her underwater training.
Where I still have my butler trapped forever, farting in a freezer.
Frozen in a freezer. God, I wonder how many people get that reference. I wonder how many people know who the fuck Lara Croft is.
Enough. Well, I've been rehashing the games all over again. They're talking about another fucking movie.
I remember when I was 15, my dad said something about the movie, and he said, "Have you ever seen any of those Lara Croft movies?"
Did you give your dad a high five? Because I would have done.
I was like, "Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Great tits."
Yeah, great. Yeah, but what he was talking about was, I was going to say...
No, it would have been like a porn parody, and he just really kind of showed his hand. He was like, the Lara Croft movie. Sorry.
No, but he didn't just say that. He said, "Did you see the Lara Croft movie, the one with Ben Dover? Lara Croft with the English man, Rimmer."
Yeah, he just like goes for broke. Yeah,
That doesn't sound porn. So anyway, going back to John Paul.
There's a glass partition, and it had like some of these sliding doors in it, and there were some armchairs up against it, and like John Paul spends the evening in the armchair, like in front of one of these doors with his head like fucking craned over the back of the chair.
I seem to remember him getting his legs in the pool. Like, in my mind, and I know this can't have happened, but in my mind, he just sat down and put his legs in, like,
shoes.
to pedal them. Yeah, with shoes and everything. Did that happen? Or did he?
I think so, yeah. I mean...
But did he take his shoes off?
I don't remember. I just remember shortly after that, like my dad had already kind of seen what was going on, and he was just like, "You either tell him to stop now, or he fucking leaves by his fucking neck." And then shortly after that, my sister was like, "Please, you have to keep him away."
Yeah, right.
And
And what happened at the end?
well, I just told him to fucking stop. He was like, he probably ended up crying or something. He did a lot of that back then when he was shit faced.
And that is your example of a good party, is it?
No, God, no. I mean, that's the thing. Like one of the last few that I had, I gave up on it. I mean,
Yeah. So I'd say I've been to a few very good parties in my lifetime. I remember going to a really good one when I was like 15, and everyone else was older, or almost everyone else. And it was just so cool. It was like so relaxed. The people there were, everyone was getting drunk and everything, but there was no one, I don't know why, there was no one trying to impress anyone. There was no bullshit. It was just cool. And that was like the best party I've ever been to. There've been none anywhere as good. I find them quite a drag. To be honest.
I mean, I definitely did in my house. I mean, everyone would always fucking. I know it's just a bit of a fucking.
I had a party in my house once, in this house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had like 30 people in here.
Oh, you did tell me about that. Yeah, that seems so kind of uncharacteristic for you.
Yeah, well, it's all right though. I had a game to play, but I did it for
survivors.
I did it for a reason. I guess I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
To see.
To see if I'm still possible, still capable of being in a room with that many people.
Yeah, if I'm still social compatible, or whether I need some sort of adapter for that. I don't know. I did it, just kind of to see that, and it was pretty successful. I think people had a good time.
Yeah,
there was loads of booze. I bought loads of booze, so people just got fucking drunk.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
nice.
I've never had one again, and I never will. It was quite stressful.
Yeah, I mean, I gave a lot of that up in my as a teenager when I could handle the broken glasses plates or whatever windows. It was just clearing up fucking all these. I found so
many turds.
I would find like empty fucking tubes of fucking KY all over the fucking place, and I was just gutted. It wasn't me. I would get my fucking
no.
Yeah, it wasn't me getting my dick wet.
Tubes of KY. Teenagers don't use lube.
Oh yeah, no these
teenagers did.
Yeah, they did.
Who was that?
I don't know who. It's just shit I'd find in the morning.
But where were they fucking?
I have no idea. Probably in the driveway or some shit like that. There's never anyone upstairs.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go to somebody's house and fuck there. I don't think. I think if you hook up with somebody, then just take them back to your house. Then again, these were kids. Wasn't possible. Yeah.
Yeah. So they wanted to keep where the fucking booze was, and they didn't have enough money to fucking afford a taxi, and that meant going back to where the fucking parents were. So, yeah, just fucking DNA up all my fucking house.
So you stopped having parties because people were having too much fun.
Too much fun when I wasn't having fun. Correct.
We had fun. Priest and hot dog. Come on.
And this is where you cut to like a montage of us like running down the street and those fucking things there,
because
isn't it?
we would solve crime.
Oh god, yeah.
Or cause crime, one of those. Obviously, our teenage years were misspent. We should have had less parties and more hot dog priest outings.
Mm-hmm.
Really didn't get enough mileage out of those Batman and Robin costumes either.
No, I think that was just for that one
it
birthday.
Was for your 18th, I think, yeah.
Fucking I've forgotten about that.
I walked around for an entire day dressed as Batman. It was your birthday, but I was Batman.
Yeah. Well, because we weren't doing Batman and Robin. We were doing the fucking Slim Shady and fucking Dre.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. We were doing Del Boy.
Oh, that's
Rodney.
right. Yeah. Oh dear.
Well, so okay. Obviously, people remember parties as teenagers, and like I think most people you talk to will be like, "Oh yeah, they were great," or whatever, or "Oh yeah, college was great." But people you talk to now, like most people I talk to now, they seem to say, "Oh, I had to go to a party last week." Yeah, the wife's friends or whatever. Like I remember talking to this guy, this really cool guy who I modelled my hair on. Like I can think about my hair and think, well, it's not as bad as his, and he was confident about his life. He said that I remember the millennium, and I went to some fucking cunt's house with my wife, and we were out of there by 12:30. I mean, do you think you could ever enjoy a party again?
Probably not, no.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
because you're so deeply unpopular.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I couldn't round up that many people, and no one would ever consider my place in a group of more than 6 people. Have to be handled on a very, almost like a one-to-one basis.
Yeah, you need your own handler. Well, okay, so you'll never have a party ever again. You'll never go to a party ever again until the moment you snap.
Of course, yeah.
So when that happens, that's the moment that I should appear at your porch one day and say, "Damian, have you seen the moon? It's a supermoon." That's when you walk outside and lump hammer to the back of the neck, sever the brain stem, and I've saved your life by killing it, by killing your life.
Well, on that cheery note, I'm going to go have a little bit of a cry and, maybe a cup of tea.
Thank you for watching The Boisterous Brothers. Be sure to download this episode if you want to download it from SoundCloud, and make sure you watch it on YouTube because you can see Damian's sweating head.
Yeah. It must be something to behold at the moment. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's really good actually. I think we should sweat more before we start because it's like a second light source. We've got the light over there.
It's going to get to a point where
I have to wear sunglasses.
Towards the end of the recording, you can kind of see you in my head.
Yeah, but not just me. Not like a Head and Shoulders me. Like my face on your face. It's really weird. So thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm going to look up some Snoopy porn.